So, you think you found your dream girl, the one. It might be someone you're dating, or you're someone you're already married to, your wife. But I'm here to tell you that if she has these personality traits, you might want to reevaluate your relationship, or at the bare minimum, think about dating someone else if you're not married to them. The dark triad is what psychology describes as these sets of personality traits, comprised of 3 personalities, which make it up. It would be narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. I'll go over the one that most people are familiar with, the term. It's thrown around a lot, narcissism. But in the truest sense of narcissism is a very, very inflated self-ego, little to no empathy for others, and typically prioritize themselves over everything else. As long as they're good, life's good. Next would be psychopathy, another thing people are familiar with. Well, in this case, we're going to go over just a broad umbrella term for that, like mental health disorders, bipolar, borderline personality disorder, which I am all too familiar with now, as I can give an example later. Sociopath, absence or little to no moral compass. These people who have this typically are cold, or again, no empathy for the others around them and their actions that bring consequences. And the last one would be Machiavellianism out of the dark triad, which is a TLDR of control and manipulation, coercion, tactics used to make sure that their agenda is advancing, they're reaching their goals, but it doesn't matter how. It is the method of the means justify the ends. And if you can kind of see how those 3 personality types intertwine with each other, it can really create the perfect storm. And no one warns you that these are more prevalent in people than you think. And for this video's purpose, in the person you're dating or you're married to, your wife or your girlfriend. Some quick context about me. I was married for 3 years. Then the very last year, everything took a really, really big nosedive, as it was deteriorating slowly but surely, but it accelerated greatly. And she just went full on dark triad mode, to say the least, with all the emotional abuse I was going through, the false allegations that were made against me, the leveraging of social services, law enforcement, family court. We do have one son, our toddler, my little boy, and against all odds, I am one of the very rare few, I'm sure, that are not going to be completely screwed over, to say the least. And I can go into that in another video about the full story, But the point I'm trying to get across is those are just a few examples of what happens, especially a woman, if she has the dark triad. And I'm making this video for the guy that I used to be and for the men that are in that position I was, where I didn't know about this personality type of the dark triad. And you really don't see it in the beginning, because it's hard to lift the veil off if you haven't spent enough time with that person. And I'll be the first to admit that I definitely rushed the relationship. And if I just spent a little more time with her, maybe I could have seen the signs. But when you're in the thick of it, when you're the one with the rose-tinted glasses, yeah, nothing anyone says to you is really gonna affect you or sway your decisions. And this is just one of those unteachable lessons. That's like one of my new favorite concepts I've heard from Chris Williamson. I'm not sure if he made it up, but he's the one I heard it from. So this is good. It's just one of those unteachable lessons where you learn it the hard way. But hopefully, me speaking to you guys now, that can be a lesson that hopefully is teachable. And I'm hoping the future videos that I put out on this content will help save you a lot of trauma and hardship and money. I am still somewhat mind blown about how much money I had to spend to divorce my ex-wife, which is still in the process, and clear my own name, which is a whole nother story too. If you couldn't tell already by how flabbergasted I get. But yeah, the rose-tinted glasses, those suckers are hard to come off. I mean, in the beginning I got love bombed, and just it felt like a movie, like almost like a Disney or rom-com movie where everything was perfect. And there were people, I'm sorry to my family and friends that I didn't listen to, but if there are people telling you from the outside of your relationship that, whoa, you guys are moving way too fast, or like, whoa, they did that for you, that's a lot, didn't you guys just start dating? Or like, those voices, you tune out when you're in the relationship, because you think they're just haters or like you think the person you found is the one, or a unicorn, like, oh, she's not like the rest. Well, here's a hard truth for you, bro. You guys aren't special. The person you're with isn't special, and you shouldn't consider yourself an exception either. Because more often than not, when you hear people telling you, multiple people telling you similar things, there is some truth to that. Whether it's the truth you want to hear, or is it the truth you need to hear? And I'm here to tell you that. So don't push away those people or those voices, the ones that are trying to help you. But anyways, I feel like I've rambled way too long and got sidetracked by my own personal story. But if you want to hear more about the dark triad, I can definitely go way more in depth with it. This video kind of turned into like my experience with the dark triad, now that I think about it. But yeah, I can definitely do one. And if you want to, on your own, read about it or learn about it more, the book that I actually read, and I am totally not sponsored by them at all, it's just a really cool book that I came across. It's called Dangerous Personalities, It's by Joe Navarro. It says, an FBI profiler shows you how to identify and protect yourself from harmful people. And he does go into the dark triad in this very, very in depth, and explains how his career as a profiler helped him identify the criminals, the insane, the murderers, all the people that drink the Kool-Aid, yeah, you know. But if you like this video, help me out, give me a like and subscribe. I honestly want to help you guys out too. So learn from me, learn from my hardship, so that way you guys can prosper. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.